Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. All of us, we heard a while ago that the Indian government, they made a law. It's called Jihad law. And the reason for this law, they notice a huge attack on girls who they are not Muslims in India. And when the Indian government, they issued that law, everybody in the world attack India, and they speak about a human right. I mean, how in the world you put somebody in jail for being in love? And the funny, they call it love jihad. The fact this have nothing to do with love. This is Euronews report. At least 1,000 Pakistani girls, they are forced into convert to Islam a year. And why they are doing that? I mean, is the Muslims are short of girls? They are saying one of the reasons that Muslims are looking for virgins. And the other reason is they are trying to convert as many as they can into Islam. And they are using the phones to trick girls, to make them fall into a trap. As an example, a Muslim, he will say to her, he's a Christian, and he like to meet her. And the poor girl, she believe him, and then he kidnap her. So kidnapping is the biggest method of taking those girls away from their family. And we know that Pakistan is a very poor society. And Christians in Pakistan, they are very poor because they are discriminated. They cannot get jobs like everybody. They are not equal citizen. Government, they treat them as a trash. And nobody care for them. And nobody actually, who care? I mean, who care for a Pakistani Christian? Nobody. You know? If you are a Muslim and you are discriminated in New York, the whole world will talk about you. But thousands of Christian girls kidnapped, forced into Islam, are raped. Who care? Nobody. And all of them, they are very young. All those girls are very young. Extremely young. We can say they are children. They are not even women. They go after 12, 13, 11 years old girls. So when the whole world went against India for issuing the jihad law, every idiot in the media start attacking India, discriminating Muslims. This is true. They are kidnapping those girls. They are not marrying them. And this is a stupid TV station. It's called Euronews. Euronews is a very corrupt, stupid, liberal media station. This is Antichrist website. And this is Antichrist TV station. Anything against Christ is there. Yet they could not deny that this is reality. This is a TV station who promote Islam 24 hours, 7 days a week. And by the way, here they are saying the majority of the girls who they are converted to Islam and kidnapped, they are Hindu. But the 1,000 is a number for mostly Christians. But the Hindu is the biggest target because the Hindu are the biggest target in India and Pakistan. They are the major, I mean, the big number. So here you see why it's very important to educate your children. You see, when you give, actually, there in the page, there is a story about the aunt of a girl. She converted to Islam. And look what the aunt, this is the aunt, the sister of her father or her mother. She lied to the girl and she took her to a guy. He is 3 times older than her. And she forced her to marry him. I mean, they bring the guy, they say, right here, signature, that's it, you're his wife. And then the guy, he tried to rape her from the first night. Well, what you expect? This is the whole purpose. And then she will become his wife, and then they will have more Muslim babies, supposedly. In Egypt, they do the same trick. In Egypt, actually, they go for, I mean, there's millions of tricks. I heard the stories from Egyptian people. As an example, you go in a electronic store, and when you are shopping for something, they say to you, "Oh, you know what? You won. You are our customer number 100 for today, whatever. And because of that, you won a gift. You have to go upstairs and sign in the office to receive the gift. We will send it to you home." You go in the office and you start signing papers. They put the first one. They will not show you the second. And like they flip the page, sign here. And then after 2 weeks, you find a letter coming from the Islamic court saying you became a Muslim. How I became a Muslim? They say to her, "Will you sign? This is your signature, isn't it?" So they trick the girl or even a guy to make him sign. Supposedly he will receive electronic gift, and then he find himself he is signing to convert to Islam. Millions of stories. And this is a very clear proof that the religion of Islam is the most evil cult ever. Kidnapping, lying, tricking people, forcing them. What a garbage cult. Now, how we can fight this? You fight it by educating your children. If you have a 14-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl, 10 years old, educate early so they will not only from Islamic jihad, there's a lot of filthy people there. There's people, you know, I saw on TV, there's men, they go after infant. Can you believe it? How sick a human being can be? So, not only about Islamic jihad, which is obviously satanic cult, otherwise they will not do what they are doing. I mean, a girl, she is a Christian, she is 12 years old, 40. What do you want from her? Why you target her? What about, okay, you want to marry a Muslim girl? Go marry a Muslim girl. At least she loves Islam. Why you wanna force somebody into your bed to make jihad, to bring somebody to Islam? She will hate Islam forever. But this is the mentality of a satanic cult, who they have no mercy, and they think that your daughter is a chicken to eat. Her meat is yummy. Perverted cult, like the perverted Muhammad. Any one of you, he have children and you have daughters, don't just give them a phone. Be careful. There's a lot of sexual predator there. There's a lot of enemies there. I mean, they are targeted just because they are Christians or they are Hindus. And then you will find a million TV stations speaking against discrimination against Muslims in India. My friend, in India, just a few years ago, India have a Muslim president. When we are going to have a Hindu president in Pakistan? Never. Never. So, the media always is one of the enemies to the truth. And I don't know even how this thing is published in Euronews. This is unusual. I mean, how they let it go? Because always they side with Islam, always we defend Islam, always. I mean, it is a scumbag newspaper, or let us say it, news agency, sponsored by European Union. So, you have a duty to your family. You have a duty for your society. It is true. It's not a joke. Do you remember the child? This is not only against girls. Like here, the story here is against girls, the report. But do you remember the child from Australia? His father, finally, he saw him after 2 years of disappear. In Syria, doing suicide bombing. They took the child, he is 14 years old. They smuggled him through the borders. Imagine how powerful they are, this mafia, Islamic gang. They call themselves Mujahideen. They smuggled the guy from Australia to Indonesia, from Indonesia to Pakistan, from Pakistan to Turkey, from Turkey to Syria. And then the poor family, they saw their own child in TV committing suicide. somebody saying he is a Muslim, let me show you what he is saying. Just to show you how Islamic mentality is a perverted mentality. I mean, they are interviewing thousands of girls. And look what this guy is saying. Red authority. It is not that. It's not reality. The Christians and the Hindu are mad that their women prefer Muslim men. First of all, you are kidnapping them. Secondly, nobody prefer you. Trust me. If I go right away in the Middle East now, Muslim women, they will be all over me, because Muslim women, they are sick of Muslim men. She knew that he was going to have a new wife as soon as he gets some money in his pocket. And he will throw her in the street as soon as he gets more money. So don't tell me about they prefer them. Nobody prefer Muslim men. Cheaters, liars, and Allah allow you to have up to 4, and your prophet have 13, and he never have enough. So Muslim, actually I remember once, a Muslim woman, she said to my mother, she was with her in the kitchen, I was a kid. She said, good for you. You are sure you will eat the food? My mom, she said, what do you mean? She said, well, you know, I'm a Muslim. My husband, he might get back now, get angry from me for any reason. He throw me out of the house. For you, you know that your husband will never do that to you. So when you speak about Muslim women, Muslim men are preferred, that is the most funny thing ever. Why? Because they like to be beaten by an idiot. Our religion say you can rape women legally, you can beat women legally, you can exchange women legally, you can have sex with the children legally, and then you say to me that they are preferred? Nobody prefer you. Actually, if you go to Europe, practice really Islam in public, you will be arrested immediately. For you are considered a perverted the second you practice Islam. Who of you Muslim dare to practice Islam in America, marrying 6 years old girl? You don't dare. When you say they preferred you, did Aisha prefer Muhammad at the age of 6? This is a very, and look, you know, look how faithy they are. You know, they preferred Muslim men. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, preferred Muslim men. Why? Because you are a drug dealer? Because you are following Muhammad, the child molester? Because you beat your wife? Because you exchange women as you are changing shoes? Who is going to prefer Muslim men? One of the reasons, actually, in the Middle East, Muslim men, they hate Christian men, because Muslim women, they chase Christian men. This is the truth. Every single Muslim woman, she wished to marry a Christian man because he will treat her nice, he will never leave her, he will never marry over her, he will never beat her unless he is a scumbag, like Muhammad. But this is how evil. I mean, we have interview with hundreds and hundreds of girls, and yes, this guy is saying, and the girls crying, they kidnapped us, they took us, and etc. And we at court, and yet somebody says this is not true. Those girls, they like us. I'm sure, you know. I mean, especially if you are smart like Zakir Naik, I mean, they will fight over you. So, my friends, teach your children. If you have little daughters, teach them. Don't let them chat with strangers. Not only Muslim, non-Muslim, even Christians. There's many perverted people out there targeting little children. They fool them, they kidnap them. A teenage or a child is angry from his parent for they did not buy him something or buy her something. A filthy man, he will text them, he will say, I will buy it to you, just meet me. And then you will never see your child again. So, internet is wonderful, but internet and the parents are stupid, it is ugly. Right? Red, you get lost. Yeah. You are masculine, I can tell that. Each time I see Zakir Naik, I remember how muscular you are. Always remember that there is a lot of evil people there. Not only those who follow jihad of the filthy Muhammad. There is people who they are evil. Even their name can be John, can be anything. So you have to be careful about what you do in the internet and what your daughter doing. And you know, I'm saying now what we can do for those girls in Pakistan. I mean, obviously they are discriminated. They are kidnapped from the road. The girl, she go to school. She is not even using her phone. They grab her, they put her in the van and they take her. And because those poor Christians, they are not powerful, they are not heavily armed to protect their, you know, they don't have any arm, not heavily armed. This is a very filthy cult, like their prophet. Prophet of Islam is the most filthy man ever. He kidnapped girls, he kidnapped women, he raped them, he forced them, he did everything. He kidnapped men, he beat them to ask them for money. Where your money? Where you hide your money? Imagine the guy, he tortured a man, almost he is 90 years old, torture him, trying to find where he hide his money. This is his money. If this is their prophet, this is the best example. And you know, we say, love Muslims, don't do what they do, etc. But this has nothing to do with love and hate. This has have to do with protecting yourself from the evil ones. This is a very evil, disgusting cult. And who is protecting them? Okay, Euronews, they made the report about those girls. Why the European Union don't put sanctions and ask for international court to chase those men who did kidnap and some even kill those Christian girls or Hindu girls? What if the same thing happened in India? What if the same thing happened in India? What if a Hindu, he did that to a Muslim woman? You can imagine what will happen. Trump, he will speak against it. He will put sanctions in India. The same he did to the Uyghur in China. Trump is defending Muslims in China, but he never heard of what's happening to Christians in Pakistan. Never heard. Same as the rest of this West world, which is very, 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 very upside down. Everybody in the world defending the Muslim discriminated, when it is the opposite. Right? Somebody say and speak about the nuns. My friend, you can fabricate as much as you want. The nuns of India, as an example, they are the one. This is why the Muslims, they were so upset from Mother Teresa, as an example. She made millions convert to Christianity by helping them, and she lived with them as a poor woman. And if we have a priest, he is a pimp. Well, look at you. Look who is talking, a Mohammedan, who is a prophet, is a child molester, and his favorite wife is 6 years old girl. For us, if a priest, he is a pimp, as you said, well, he is being a Muhammad. Literally. When a Muslim speak about a pedophile priest, are you talking about Muhammad or talking about someone else? For us, we spit at them and they will go to hell. For you, they are your best. The Prophet married her when she is 6 years old, and he consummated the marriage when she was 9. Between 6 and 9, the Prophet used to fondle her. He used to put his private part between her legs. Can you imagine how filthy? She is his wife. At the age of 6, she is his wife, legally. At the age of 9, he did intercourse, because before that, she was so small. So when you speak about pimp and perverted, and you are a Muslim, you are not qualified. You are the last one who can speak against those people, because you are following one of them, and he is the biggest pedophile in history. Because you see, when a priest, he did that crime, we condemn him, we throw him, we spit on him, and even when he go to jail, you should see what will happen to him in the jail. Even criminals will treat him like a dog, if he survive. But in your religion, a filthy like Muhammad, child molester like Muhammad, rapist like Muhammad, you consider him the best of mankind. So now each one of you became a child molester because you are trying to follow his step. I mean, isn't it you Muslim, you do sunnah? What sunnah is? Sunnah is what Muhammad did and practiced. So every Muslim now, he believes that it's okay to marry 6 years old girl, even 5 years old. There's no limit. If you remember, we showed you the book of Tahrir al-Wasila. Give me a second. In the book of Tahrir al-Wasila, it says, and I'm going to show you the page. Huh? Let us see. That is lawful for a Muslim to have sexual relationship without intercourse, even if she is an infant. Even what? Infant. Maybe Christian Prince is lying. This is Al-Maktaba Shi'iyya, Shia online library. Be my witness. This is the book of Al-Khomeini, volume number 2, page number 241. This is hadith or issue number 12. It is not permitted to have sex with the wife before the age of 9. Usually the intercourse like continue or like from time to time, but all kind وأما سائر الاستمتاعات كاللمس بشهوة والضم والتفخيد فلا بأس به حتى في الرضيعة. But all other sexual enjoyment is lawful, even if it like touch, like hugs, like putting your private part between her legs, even if she is an infant. And you know what? Maybe Christian Prince is lying. So let us use Google translation for the same page. Just to show you how filthy, how disgusting this cult is. Actually, I have a video, if you remember, I was debating a Muslim. You can search for it. Sex with infant. Sex with a baby wife. The guy, he's saying to us, so what's wrong with that? I have a baby wife. You have what? You have a baby wife. So in the front of your eyes, again, this is the book of Al-Khomeini, volume number 2, page number 241, and translate to English. Read with me. Issue number 12. It is not permissible to have intercourse with the wife before the completion of 9 years old. Supposedly now 9 years old, she is good to go for intercourse. Why? Because the Prophet did that. You see, the best example. However, the Prophet, he did something else. He said, all other pleasure are lawful, such as touching with desire, hugging, and fondling, or putting your private part between the infant. Even if it was an infant, translation here is not too much good. Even if the baby is an infant, this is your wife, you can marry her. There's no legal marriage in Islam. It can be a 1 day old. You marry her, she is lawful for you to touch, to hug, to put your private part between her legs, but don't do intercourse, please. And if you do, there's no penalty. And here we go. I'm going to post the link for everybody, so everybody can have his own proof in case Muhammad and he said it's not true. Oh, the link is so long. Hold on, I need to shorten it. And then you find a Muslim speaking about Islam is a wonderful. This is satanic cult, there's no question. I mean, I don't know how stupid you are, how smart you are, how educated you are, but anyone agree that this is okay? He is satanic. This is the link. Open it, save it, and you can do the same as I did in your site. And this is an official Shia library. And by the way, when we say Shia library, does not mean all the books there are Shia. No, actually the majority of the book there are Sunni. So it's a library. You have Al-Bukhari, you have anything. So this is again the book of Al-Khomeini. As you see the reference, it's called Tahrir al-Wasila. The translation is funny. Tahrir al-Wasila, which means, you know, giving you the tool, like, the way, the answers. Mr. Al-Khomeini, part number 2, page number 241. And then where you find the reference, go to number 12. Enter, it says infant. And not only that, he said, if he do intercourse with her before, listen to this, if he do intercourse with her before the 9, without making her lose her virginity, I'm not going to explain to you how that can happen. You figure it out. He did not do any sin. But if he did make it the way where the pee go out and her private part connected, then he cannot have her anymore. I mean, look at the punishment. Look at this filthy garbage cult. Can you believe it? And then they are talking about women, they prefer you. You prefer you. Who prefer you? And this filthy Khomeini, he was hosted by the French government for almost 20 years. Food, apartment, salary, health insurance. This is why you find all those filthy terrorists are in the nest which is called Europe. If you go to Europe, you don't find Europe, you find the nest of terrorism. Thank you, France. We appreciate you, France. If this is not evil, so what is evil? So be careful. This is a very, very disgusting cult. And because it's disgusting cult, they have no shame to do what is shameful. Actually, if you go in the Quran, if you remember, we mentioned that before. If you go in the Quran, you will find that in the Quran it says clearly that having sexual intercourse, with your own daughter, if she is a daughter from adultery, she is okay. Can you believe it? This is a religion. If you have sex with your own daughter and she is a daughter from adultery, and we mentioned that many times, this is not something first time I mentioned, and you know it, right? So if we go right now, let us do this, because I don't like to say things without proof, Having sex with your own daughter and the mother of the daughter is legal, as long she is a daughter from adultery. So if you have a Muslim and he's your boyfriend, and he made you have a child from him, according to Islam, he can have her in the bed even if she's a baby. وَهُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ مِنَ الْمَاءِ بَشَرًا فَجَعَلَهُ نَسَبًا وَصِهْرًا. I'm not going to explain what does that mean. Doesn't mean much. He made it from water, and he made it by legal marriage. But if we go and read the interpretation, you will find the following. This is their religion. This is not Christian Prince saying. Allah is saying, Nasaban wa sihran, and nasabu wa sihru ma'naya, etc. So he is saying, Allah is saying that Allah, he made it by like having children by marriage and by lineage. And this is how it is for all kind of a human. And then he says, and nasab, to have a lineage, which is the mix between the water of the man and the water of the women according to Islamic law. But if it is not according to Islamic law, that is just a creation, no lineage. According to Muslims, maybe you do not know, if a child is born from a Muslim man, he is not from marriage, he have no right to inherit his name or to inherit his money. In the same time, if a Muslim man, his wife, she sleep with 10 men, and he cannot even have kids, and she gave him 10 kids, according to Islam, the children are going to inherit the money of the husband, even if he cannot have babies. This is how stupid Muhammad is. This is why Muhammad, he said, Al-waladu lil-firash wal-zani lil-hajar. You see it? The Prophet said, the boy to the owner of the bed. The owner of the bed. So let us say you found your wife sleeping with 10 neighbors, and you know they cannot even have babies, or even you do check DNA test. In Islam, that is not a problem. Still, the baby is yours, because you are the one who owned the bed, which means you are the one who have the right over the women. Even if the woman, she confessed that she have sex with 10 men, even if she say this is the guy who slept with, this is the one who the baby is his father, still and now the baby is going to inherit you. And the funny is, the real baby, which is your baby, you cannot inherit you if he is a baby out of marriage. But the baby which out of marriage, because this out of marriage, this is a baby out of marriage, who is not your son. You are married to his mother, but the boy is not yours, or the daughter is not yours. So Muhammad, he flipped upside down. So if the baby out of marriage, and he is born of a woman, she is married, the father is the one who owned the bed. But if the same guy, he had sex with different women, and he have a child from her, that the child cannot inherit him. That the child can inherit the husband of that woman. Anyway, so if you go back here, and this is the chapter we mentioned, chapter 25, verse number 54. And the people, they say to me, which verse? I just said many times. And this is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. It says here, because it is just a creation out of marriage, so it is not considered as a sure lineage. Therefore, it is not under his statement, which means the Quran statement, it is forbidden for you, your mother and your daughter, because according to Islam, it's forbidden for you to have sex with your daughter and your mother, except if she is from adultery. That is an exception. A Muslim, he cannot have sex with his mother. He cannot have sex with his daughter. But if the mother and the daughter are from adultery, he can have them both. Here he say, لأنها ليست ببنت له في أصح القولين لعلمائنا, because she is not considered as a daughter for him according to the most accurate scholars and the majority. وأصح القولين في الدين, to the most accurate opinion in the religion. And because it happened not based on lineage by law, by Islamic law, by Allah, so it's not considered as lineage or marriage or relationship. So it is not forbidden for you to have sex with the mother, the daughter, and the mother of the daughter. Can you believe it? So when we deal with Islam, we are dealing with an extreme, crazy, filthy cult. Islam is like, they try to decorate it to make it look nice, to fool people, but it doesn't work. And now this, I will do the same what they did with the other one. Maybe Christian Prince is lying. By the way, this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I have nothing to do with it. All right? Everybody knows the, you know, I will give you the link actually. Here we go. Let me post the link for you. This is official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Because you know them. They will say that's not the truth, he's lying to you. Yeah. It's in the screen in front of us, he's lying to you. Yeah, okay. So Tafsir al-Qurtubi, chapter 25, verse number 54. Click to English. Live in front of your eyes. Because maybe Christian Prince is making things up. The second, God Almighty, etc., 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 etc. La 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 la. Okay, nah, you know. So Allah, He made it lineage, blah 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 blah. So if it is out of the lineage, out of the Sharia, it was absolute creation, and it was not established lineage. Therefore, it did not come the rule. He's saying. So it's not under the rule. You see, translation is not accurate. It did not come under His saying, which means Allah saying the following does not go under it. Take a note. Your mother and your daughter are forbidden for you. Did you notice what happened now? It's not going under that statement. Your mother and your daughter is forbidden for you. Why? Because those are from adultery. Because it is not what is coming from adultery is not considered. And then he says, after he says that, because it's not assigned to him, tomorrow the translation is horrible, but it says because it's not his daughter, should say, because it's not his daughter, according to the most accurate saying of the scholars in the two opinion, and most correct of the two saying. Okay, what is the most correct? It's not forbidden for you to have sex with your daughter and her mother. And then he says, because it is not a sign, this is false translation, because there is no lineage. There is no lineage. And the translation is coming very horrible. Okay, and then it is not according to Sharia. So it's according to the most accurate. So the Muslim, they cannot say, those are some scholars say that this is the most accurate and the most agreed upon. It is according to the Sharia, because it's not, there is no lineage, so it's not forbidden by law to have adultery with the girl and the mother of the girl. Do you see it? And what is forbidden, and if you have, this is the rule of Islam, if you have something which is a fruit of forbidden, it's not forbidden no more. And what is forbidden from what is a principle is not forbidden from forbidden. You see, that's what I'm saying about. So if you have a daughter from a girlfriend and she is a daughter from a forbidden, so she is not forbidden anyway, because from the beginning it's not allowed. So now you have the girl and you have the mother, you can sleep with both. You can have a threesome with the mother of the girl. This is why if you are a woman and you decide to have a Muslim boyfriend, I don't know who you are to do that, but it can happen. There's some people they do that. Then you will end in such a situation where your boyfriend, if he have a daughter from you and you leave her alone with him, don't be surprised if you come back home and you find him having sex with her, because according to his religion, it is lawful. If this is not from the devil, you tell me what is from the devil. I want to keep this video short. We will be back mostly late at night today, which means your USA time. So I will announce it. And until then, I will say thank you very much. I want just to share some information with you. And we cry out for those poor girls who they are kidnapped, tortured, raped, and even some of them killed. So when the Hindu, they made the jihad law, love law, this is not love, this is evil. And they have the right to defend those girls. But the bad thing is, maybe they can defend girls in India, but who is defending those girls in Pakistan? Nobody. Download the video. I will not keep it in my channel for long, as you know. Until we see you soon again. Christ is Lord. Islam is a creepy cult. of the devil. And I challenge you, after all what you saw, with the proofs and reference, and the news confirming that, and what we see every day, I challenge you to say, I'm not telling the truth. Thank you very much. God bless you. And yes, we love the Muslims, but we don't love evil. Yes, we love the Muslim, but doesn't mean we are going to love the filthy Muhammad. We love to save Muslims. We love to see them in better life. But we will not love any evil action against anyone. Hindu, Christians, doesn't matter. Any man who do evil action, he's a priest. Those people, they will go to hell, all of them. Anyone who do such a behavior, he is a filthy creature. But when a behavior of a filthy creature became a religion, that is a different story. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and we will see you later at night. Stay tuned. This is your brother Christian Prince. Wish you a good time with your family, and protect your children, educate them. Don't think that you do not now need to tell them because they are too young, maybe. You better do it now before it's too late. And you know how to do it. For sure, every age have different way to tell them that there is somebody evil there. There's a perverted people out in the street. There's kidnappers, there's rapists, there's filthy, there's people who go even after infant. They all exist, my friend. So if you think your daughter is not a target, you are mistaken. They are there, waiting for her. Stay safe. God bless you all. Thank you.